Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and in the season of good spirit and goodwill to all men, I've only gone and bought myself a present because nobody else would. Don't worry though, I ordered, bought, and wrapped this myself with my eyes closed, so I have absolutely no idea what I've got. And frankly, I'm so excited, I just can't wait any longer, so I'm just gonna tear it open right here so you can see what I've got. In a totally accidental and in no way pre-planned manner, I've gone and bought myself some sort of controller. I hope it's compatible with the Switch, and lordy loo. For some reason, I've gone and bought myself this right here. This appears to be the Icarus something. I mean, more than anything, it looks more like a PlayStation 4 controller. Can you see it there? Like the sort of the way around. Look at those shoulder buttons as well. They're really springy. Just like a PS4 controller. What is it, DualShock 4 or something? Oh, well, I'm sure it can't be that bad, can it? It's that bad. Yep, what can I say? This is certainly a third-party controller for the Nintendo Switch. That's about as kind as I can be. It's got the buttons, the sticks, the buttons, and look what happens when you turn it on. Well, it's supposed to do more than that. Oh, it's Christmas up in here, isn't it? Look at that. Absolutely hideous. I understand RGB is kind of like a thing in sort of like gaming circles, particularly the PC gaming industry, but really putting them in a controller just so that whenever you're playing you've got all these lights glaring you in the face, they don't actually look as bright on camera as they are in real life. Like, they are genuinely really horrible. They're all also slightly off-center, slightly poorly orientated. I mean, look at the home button especially. Let's zoom right in on that. Whoa. It's gone. There's this horrible plasticky feel. I mean, like, really cheap plastic. Like, if you take it apart, then it's gonna cut your hands off. It's that kind of cheap, sharp plastic. And what the real killer is for me is at the back here, as we'll see over here. Can you see that? That is quite clearly a slot for the light bar that you get on the DualShock 4. So what some company have done is they've taken a third-party PS4 controller and they've thought, you know what's popular? That there Nintendo Switch thing, and they haven't tried to hide it at all. And I mean, I have used some rubbish controllers in my time, but this is just awful. Get a good look at that D-pad. It's all mushy and the actual face buttons, I mean, they've got an annoying amount of travel on them, but they don't actually feel that bad. But I mean, the great big springy triggers back here, these shoulder buttons are in the stupidest place in the world. Have a look here. Can you see how high up vertically they are? They're not curving around the side at all. So you gotta hold it and press it like that. That's so uncomfortable. It does. I've just noticed something else. What I was gonna say is it does at least work with the Switch. And it's true, it does work with the Switch, so you can't argue with that. However, what I have noticed is there appears to be some sort of vent at the front here. Can you see that? That is a vent. Why is there a vent? Does this thing get hot? I mean, I'd imagine it's like supposed to be a speaker or something. Does the DualShock 4 have a speaker? I mean, I know it's got that funny touchpad thing, but is that what this is meant to be? I mean, how do? I think, honestly, this is the worst Switch controller I've yet to use, although admittedly I haven't yet got my hands on one of those ones that's styled after the Ouya controller. It's cheap and plasticky and doesn't feel right. I mean, the sticks are okay, they're smoothish, the D-pad is spongy and horrible, the buttons are cheap and in the wrong places, it's designed for a totally different console, and it's ruined Christmas! However, it comes with a USB cable. Would you like to see? Really got to get the mileage out of this thing. Well, that's ruined 2018 for me. I hope you're all happy. All that's left for me to say is, I'm sorry you were watching. I mean, I'm not. Thank you for watching. Yeah, just to clear up anything, I've had this for a while. I didn't buy myself a Christmas present. I know that sounds like it's ruining the fun, but there are some people who won't get it. And in all seriousness, this is genuinely the worst controller I have ever used for the Switch. It is horrible. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you light up that subscribe button like it's Christmas time all over again? And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. I think this is honestly probably the worst controller I've ever seen for the Switch so far. And admittedly, I haven't yet got my hands on one of those ones that's made out of the shell of the...